Lust is birthed from illusion. You feed this illusion by the idea that the other person you are looking at is other, exotic, something separate from just being human. Lust distorts our perception of what is human. It is normal to see a beautiful thing, to stare in awe, but let it not be touched, for in chasing it, the beauty ceases. It is too easy to see an orchid or a mimosa and trample on them. Even just the thought of trampling on them is terrible. It is better to simply admire and move on, walking the path that is free from trampling on one another. We all hold our own stories, full of grit, perseverance, and struggle. And then finally we may bloom. Just as the flowers we admire and think to defy are blooming, you are also someone who will eventually bloom, with their own unique petals. So if we are also the same as the people who we point our lust towards, then how could we devour each other? We make ourselves to be monsters, with only a beastly sense of living. That is what we make ourselves to be when we think a flower can hold no dignity. Lust can make the people we look at our idols a false image that promises a satisfaction that it will not deliver. God has made us all in his image, but we don't ever stop to think this person also has blood running through their veins and can be scarred just as I can. We wouldn't do that because then we are recognizing this person is also a fragile human being, that they are also children of God. Jesus looked past the act of being a harlot and seen the person behind it. His love for us can be used as an example of how we need to move forward and treat our fellow brothers and sisters through Christ. Though I know it can be difficult to see someone on the same level as precious as our mother, father, brothers, sisters, or even loved ones. Because respect often feels like it must be earned. You don't have to respect the choices someone makes. Rather, we could ask, can I acknowledge that they are a human being and not a tool for my pleasure? That too can be simply just respecting they are human just like you. Pornography and lust crop out that these people are also just like us. They crop out their personality, their childhood, fears, their future, leaving only a physical image. If you acknowledge these things, the high of lust will be ruined by conviction. So little we can do on our own. We may fall many times before we realize we are not enough, and many more to finally ask God for help, and again to truly seek his help with your all. But that doesn't mean you should give in. Self-control is more beautiful than simply resisting. But when you've been doing these things for some time, our hearts can feel as though it has grown cold. When you feel that way, the stories of others in reality can be seen as nonsense and meaningless. And then it can be hard to care for anything when you feel this way. But God doesn't need you to act like you care. So let us grow closer to God and allow our hearts to become warm. In Ezekiel 36:26, it is said, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. I will take the heart of stone out of your flesh and give you a heart of flesh. We must not fill ourselves of illusions, but listen to the truth that is in front of us. He is and will always be with you. So rely on him if you feel as though you are not enough, and even more so if you do. That is all for today's video. Thank you for watching.